The concept of psychology. Psychology is a scientific study of human mind and behavior. Psychology includes the study of perception, cognition, attention, emotion, motivation, brain functioning, personality, behavior, and interpersonal relationships. Nature versus nurture. The nature and nurture debate is about genetic inheritance versus environmental factors' influence on human development. Plato and Descartes argued for nature, suggesting that certain things are inborn, but John Locke argued for nurture, that the mind begins as a blank state. Brain specialization. The right hemisphere controls spatial abilities, face recognition, visual imagery, and music. The left hemisphere controls language, math, and logic. The cerebral cortex is the largest part of the human brain. It contains 4 lobes: the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the occipital lobe, and the temporal lobe. The cerebellum is associated with regulation and coordination of movement, posture, and balance. The limbic system contains the thalamus, hypothalamus, amygdala, and hippocampus. The brainstem is made out of the midbrain, pons, and medulla. Development. Piaget created cognitive development. The first thing is assimilation, the process of taking one's environment and new information and fitting into pre-existing cognitive schemas. The second one is accommodation, the process of taking one's environment and new information and altering one's pre-existing schemas in order to fit the new information. Freud created sexual stages, Erikson created the psychological stages, and Cooper-Ross created the 5 stages of dying. Sensation. Vision, auditory, gustatory, smell, and tactile. Perception. The concept of perception is to interpret and organize in order to create meaning through previous experience and cultural knowledge. Through top-down processing, which is starting with the bigger picture and later going to smaller details, and bottom-up processing, which is starting with the small details and later going up to the bigger picture. It's drawn from previous experience and cultural knowledge. Memory. The process by which information is encoded, stored, and revived. Short-term allows recall for a period of several seconds to a minute without rehearsal. Long-term can store much larger quantities of information for potentially unlimited duration. Intelligence. One of the main theories being Gardner's 8 multiple intelligences: spatial, linguistic, bodily, kinesthetic, musical, interpersonal, intrapersonal, naturalistic, and existential.
Memory, perception, sensation, development, brain specialization, nature versus nurture, and the concept of psychology.
Learning, which is a lasting change in behavior that is a result of an experience. Classical conditioning, a learning process in which an association is made between a previously neutral stimulus and a stimulus that naturally evokes a response, shown in Pavlov's classic experiment. Operant conditioning, a learning process in which the probability of response occurring is increased or decreased due to reinforcement or punishment, studied by Edward Thorndike and B.F. Skinner. Observational learning, a process in which learning occurs through observing and imitating others, studied by Albert Bandura.
Intelligence, memory, perception, sensation, development, brain specialization, nature versus nurture, and the concept of psychology.
Sleeping and dreaming. Sleep is divided into REM and non-REM types. Non-REM stage consists of brief fragmentary impressions that are more frequently forgotten. These are less likely to involve visual images compared to REM stage. REM stage begins after a period of deep sleep known as stage 4 sleep. An area of the brain called the pons, where REM signals originate, shuts off signals to the spinal cord. That causes the body to be immobile during REM sleep and where the dreams mostly occur. Research methods. Naturalistic observation. Observing someone in a natural setting. Case study. Studying a subject over a period of time. Survey. Negative because subjects may lie, and experiments can establish cause and effect. Thinking. Algorithm is a specific instruction to solve a problem. Heuristics is the experience-based technique of solving a problem on insight. Bias is the tendency to solve problems a certain way. Mental set is a subconscious tendency to approach a problem in a particular way. And functional fixedness is a form of cognitive bias in which a person is unable to think of another way. Thinking, research, methods, sleeping and dreaming, learning, intelligence, memory, perception, sensation, development, brain specialization, nature versus nurture, and the concept of psychology.
Kraus, 30 points for a pizza.